Hey guys, I felt compelled with the doors closing today for this inaugural round of 3-day work week to pop in and just share with you why I created this program in the first place. The reason I created 3-day work week is because I have always felt that there is a way to be successful on my own terms. And for me, that meant doing my best not to subscribe to that hustle mindset of the only way to get to success is to work 80 hours a week, late into the night, blood, sweat, and tears. And then you'd hit this tipping point where then you could enjoy success and then cut back and work fewer hours. And that just didn't feel right in my body. And I didn't know how that would actually be birthed out into the world. And the way it came about is it sort of found me. After my first daughter was born 3 years ago, I was able to get childcare just 3 days a week. And so all of a sudden I went from working 40 hours a week and making like a part-time income. I was making around 20,000 a year, working 40 hours a week. Suddenly I had this 3-day work week container. And so I plugged my business to-dos into those 3 days, and something really awesome happened that over the course of the next 6 months, I made more money working half the time because I was working about 20 hours over those 3 days. I made the same amount of money I made the whole previous year in those 20 hours. And so that's when the light switch kind of went on. Like, there's something to this. There's something about creating a clear framework that makes sense for your life and your family and the lifestyle you want to be living and the things you want to do for yourself. And then fitting your business into your life instead of totally sacrificing your life for your business. And so that's the premise of the program, to help you define the working hours that feel best for you, whether you're a mom like me and looking to work while your kids are at daycare and school, or if you're a new entrepreneur who wants to set themselves up right from the start and not fall into the trap of working all those hours. If you're a seasoned entrepreneur and you are working all those hours and you know there's a different way because you've seen it in me and different people that maybe you admire out there who are doing things a little differently, and you're like, I know there's another way. Or maybe you have a full-time job and you have only these little pockets of time in order where you can build up this side hustle that you really want to get going that maybe someday will replace that full-time job. Whatever your time constraints are, I have designed this program for you to define what that timing is that makes sense for you. And then using that framework, we plug your business into it, and things get optimized, they get systematized. Things that don't need to happen get moved out. Things that do need to happen get moved to the forefront. Priorities shift. And we figure out a livable, feel-good way to set you up for success on your terms. This means that we're not going to be doing these massive overhauls in the program where you cut back from working 7 days a week to 3 days a week. That doesn't make sense, and that wouldn't be good for you and your business. But maybe we can get you your Sundays back and then your weekends back, and then maybe you could take half days on Fridays. Maybe you could stop your work day at 5 o'clock instead of working straight through dinner. Maybe you could have a little bit more time with your kids. Maybe you could pick them up from school. We could start making these incremental upgrades. And because you get lifetime access, you can then come back to the program again when we run it again in 2018 and make a new series of incremental upgrades and keep shifting in a feel-good way towards those things you're desiring. We also do a big piece on goal setting, feel-good goals, and we reverse engineer them so you can plug them into that model calendar, that ideal schedule that you're creating. And leaving this program in December is when we'll be wrapping up, mid-December. You'll be set up with everything you want to accomplish in 2018 within the framework that you've designed, so that you're set up for momentum and optimization and really feeling in alignment with what you want to achieve and doing it on your terms, doing it within the context of a lifestyle that makes sense for where you're at right now. So that is my why. That's why I created the program, because I've been living this for 3 years and I know it's time to teach it and share it, because it's a beautiful way of living, and it's enabled me to have a business better than I could have imagined, quicker than I could have imagined, while still having so much time for the things that matter most to me, like my two little girls and like my husband and my family that's close by and my dear friends and all of that good stuff that just makes life worth living. And so my sincere wish for you, whether or not you join me in 3-day work week, is that you recognize that you can create the life that you want. We are creators. That is our purpose here on this planet. And we're either creating intentionally and deliberately or by default. This program will help you create what you're desiring in a much more deliberate way. So you have actionable strategies, systems, processes, and a framework that makes sense for your life. So I hope that you realize that your life is yours for the creating. And if you're feeling like that's not happening right now, know that it can be as simple as making just some little tiny shifts. And you can set yourself up for something radically different moving forward. I've done that. I know lots of women, both clients and friends, who have done that for themselves, and I know that you can too. And so I hope that you get what you needed out of this video and get what you need out of my 3-day workweek content, whether that's the free stuff I'm sharing via email, my download at kaylinasher.com, or if you decide to move into this program, I would welcome you in. But either way, I wish you the very best. And I really look forward to continuing to support you moving forward.